Okay, so today the lecture is about mindfulness, and I guess this goes along with the previous lecture I gave on stress um, and how to deal with it. Mindfulness is one of those techniques that people use to deal with the stress in their lives. Um, uh, it's kind of a type of meditation that comes from the Buddhist point of view. Uh, Basically, what you do with mindfulness is to become aware of the things that are going on that you're doing, and to try to be less automatic about things, but more of a way of doing things purposefully. Um, they talk about when you eat, you should be aware of your eating. Um, when you're, let's say, crossing the street, you become aware of yourself crossing the street. So with mindfulness, what you try to do is to try to observe what you're doing and be aware of it. When you take a breath in, be aware that you're taking a breath in. When you breathe out, you're aware that you're breathing out. One of the Buddhist techniques of meditation is actually counting the breath. So you breathe in, you count number one. You breathe out, one. You breathe in, and two, and you breathe out, number two. You breathe in, number three, and you go to this usually up to the number 10, and then you start back at one. So again, it makes you more aware of your breathing, and allows you to kind of relax and do this as a form of meditation at the same time. Now, the whole idea is that things that we do are kind of on automatic pilots. And in this fashion, you become aware of what's going on, and kind of observe, how you do things, basically. I mentioned in a previous video about the fact that a lot of the things were done by our brain automatically. And one of the examples I gave was the baseball batter, who is swinging the bat when the ball is only about 10 feet from the pitcher. But because of the ball curving when it gets to the plate, he doesn't know exactly where the ball is going to be. So he has to make an estimation or prediction. And that's all done by the computer that's in our head called the brain. There's no way that we could, consciously say, well, I think the ball is going to curve, to this degree, and I'm going to swing and hit it. It's just not possible. Also, it's not possible to start your bat when the ball is only 10 feet away from the plate, when you're, maybe more aware of where the ball is going to curve. The ball is coming too fast for you to suddenly change and do things. So the batter makes predictions in his brain. He decides where the ball is most likely to be, and he swings for that spot. And all done basically subconsciously. Well, with this, mindfulness, you're going to try to be more conscious of what you're doing. And basically you kind of step outside yourself and watch. Now, ultimately, mindfulness will eventually lead into a type of meditation where you observe the thoughts. Once again, our thoughts, kind of pop up, from, our brain, because that's where the thoughts come from. And so what happens is you become aware of the thoughts that are passing through the head. With this type of mindfulness thinking, you're not supposed to correct the thoughts. You're not supposed to edit the thoughts, but just be aware of the thoughts as they are passing through the brain. And this is kind of a finer type of meditation, becoming aware. But, with mindfulness, you first want to become aware of some of the simple things. Aware of your eating, aware of your breathing, aware of your walking, and try to just kind of watch as the body does certain things. I've mentioned in a previous video, do you really know how you make a left-hand turn? Do you really know how you drive at 45 miles an hour? Because a lot of this stuff is automatic. So with mindfulness, you try to become aware of what's going on, and observe what's going on. You don't interfere, you observe. In yoga, there is a talk of the observed and the observer. And so it's this kind of separation again between the mind and the brain, or the mind and the body. And with mindfulness, you're going to be trying to become more aware of what's going on in the body. And then, like I said, the finer meditation is you start becoming aware of the thoughts. Okay, this whole technique is intended to be a meditation where you can use it to resolve stressful problems in your life, or other issues. So that's why it's been shown. It even seems to help with certain medical conditions. With mindfulness, you can help to lower your blood pressure, help to ease pain. So a lot of this stuff is also helpful. They found this to be true of most types of meditation, that people can help to get the heart rate down, the blood pressure down, help with chronic pain, etc. So I hope this is helpful.